Welcome back to the White Lotus Society. Last time, long as hell session, um, you guys uncovered human experimentation lab. Not really human experimentation, monster experimentation lab. Learned about the soulless being called the quote-unquote walking god, which is fucked up. You don't know what that implies. Um, casino gambling time. Not really gambling time, actually. No gambling. Casino extortion time. Extortion into sponsorship? Question mark. Um, the Osei and Crosswise team went to the damn Chained Lands. Got information integral to stuff in the Chained Lands as well as stuff pertaining to Crosswise's curse. And then you guys left the volcano cave where you found out about the experimentation and had to stop the volcano from erupting, where Lake put on a top 10 play of the week, where he froze the volcano in time to prevent it from erupting. This time, I'm sick as fuck, so we're going to see how long the session goes on for. And so you guys are starting off. You're still outside of the damn volcano. It's picking up where we left off. All the analysts and cameramen that are there are terrified. And Lake just landed back on the ground after jumping in the air and taking the picture of the volcano. He's like super weakened. He's not like passed out or like, he's not like taking permanent damage or nothing, but he's like, damn, like, that shit was tough. And then everybody pauses as another hooded figure starts walking towards you guys. So you see this hooded figure walking towards you guys, looking not too dissimilar from the ones that you faced inside the cave. And you see this hooded figure, kind of like approach you guys, check on everybody, make like looking at stuff. And then you see this motherfucker walk up the volcano, as if the terrain doesn't affect him. And they like kind of like poke around to the ground a little bit at the top of the volcano. You guys are kind of wondering how they got up there so fast. They start like poking the lava that's frozen in the air, just making sure, like, is it actually frozen in time? And then you see them kind of like touch their hands to the ground around the volcano, and you see a like slightly large earth dome appear over the top of the volcano, kind of like closing it out, kind of like a safety precaution just in case. And then they walk down in front of all you guys, and the fucking media that's over there, they're terrified. They're like, oh no, it's another one of them. But you guys actually know this person. This person is one of the second squad members, Jericho, who is the leader of second squad. And they were sent out to basically deduce why you guys didn't return to Terminus. And kind of walks up to Lake and goes, did you really trap that in time? You can do that?
Yeah, I mean,
wow.
you saw the proof.
Yeah, that's wow. like that's crazy.
I I've been telling you. And earlier, Magnus?
Magnus, first draft, yeah.
First pick. Yeah. We washed him earlier.
Washed? They kind of look around.
Like we beat the hell out of
him. They look around. They look at Osei. They go, did that actually happen? Did you guys wash Magnus? Is that a real thing that happened?
Before I answer that,
Uh-huh.
Who are y'all?
It's Jericho. You know me. I'm the second squad. What?
Osei saws. Sorry, I'm a little on edge. Yeah, I do recall meeting you guys, right?
Yeah. But the dragon thing, soulless. Yeah, you guys showed us up. I don't really care.
Sorry about that, by the way.
Nah, it's less work for me. I don't have to be first squad anymore. Um, fucking, you know, the other two are really mad about it. Gil doesn't care. He doesn't care about much, to be fair. He cares about weirdo freak shit.
Yeah.
So you can just like mold the earth, or
Uh,
what's your thing?
kinda. I'm an alchemist. I can manipulate terrain and elements.
Uh,
Yeah, it's kind of like it's not just it's not just the earth, but that's, you know, the most like easy to use one. It's everywhere.
real.
So um so I guess that, I mean, you guys met Magnus. I guess that would explain why you didn't come to the village with me and Terminus. Actually, now that I think about it, you why is Magnus here?
Bro, I actually really don't know if we can discuss that with you. That might be something that we gotta talk to Mary and Terminus about.
Oh, okay. I can,
Yeah.
yeah,
So
that's
his name
fine.
is Magnus.
His name is
Is that
Magnus.
correct?
Yeah, the first round pick guy. He was the first one drafted this year. Okay, Magnus, there's not much known about him. Me and Terminus have talked about him a little bit because when Terminus was coming back from the whole tailing their GM thing. Anyways, yeah, Magnus was the first drafted person this year. He, in theory, was actually not as qualified as Lake. Everybody wanted Lake first. But the Dreamweavers took their pick and they wanted him, even though everybody had discussed wanting Lake. So that's how he ended up falling to us.
Biggest fumble of all time.
Nobody really knows why they chose Magnus. It's kind of an anomaly to me. You know, because like I feel like Lake's pretty qualified. I was the first pick of my draft, so like I like can recognize this game. And I was like, yeah, Lake just seems like I don't know, but Magnus didn't like he's you know he had some like he used a weird power from the Theosophical Society. That's all we really knew about him. Um, Going in, and that's about it. So can't necessarily explain why he was here. That makes sense. So I'm assuming that you guys met some kind of something that made it so that you got trapped here and couldn't meet up with us. Um, the village is
Yeah.
fine. Me and Terminus took care of it. So,
Mm.
but
I
yeah.
I don't know. Let's
Yeah.
guys. Do you guys want to tell him what we saw, or do you think we should kind of
I don't like
put
this
it to the
guy.
chest?
What's happening? I think we're supposed to go to Terminus.
Yeah, I mean, we can take you to Terminus. That's
Yeah,
fine.
this guy's reporting from
We can
Terminus.
just discuss all of it right at Terminus.
This is Jericho. You remember he showed up after we beat the Soulless.
Yeah.
I recall.
No disrespect, Jericho.
Nah, it's fine. I get it. And you guys get led back to Terminus by Jericho, back to the village. And so upon getting there, you hold on, let me switch us over. I actually need to add Brody to, okay. So, let me move here. Boom. You guys see it?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So Eden would be over here. He was on your mission. So you guys are led back to the village. You guys are led back to the village, and you see like multiple of these people with this like weird insignia that they're like scientific experimentation group had. As well as some people within the insignia of the Dreamweavers, just on the ground in the village. And Terminus walks up and he's like, "Damn, took you guys long enough? Fuck."
We got interrupted.
Interrupted? Really? And then Jericho like walks over and tells him like the stuff that you guys said, and then walks away because that motherfucker wanted to go to sleep. And Terminus like thinks for a second and goes, "Oh wow, okay. That makes sense. Magnus?"
Yeah, he was there, and they're trying to make something.
Trying to make something that makes sense, I guess, considering. You think what?
I think Osei said it was something about a walking god.
Walking God.
Yeah.
Okay. The Soulless was obviously something new. That was something that I deduced as like a kind of experimentation thing, because we've never seen a dragon like that. Surely that couldn't have been the Walking God. Was it? Well, I guess if... Do you guys know if, was the Soulless actually eating souls, or was it holding on to souls? You guys actually do know that, because the paper said that it was technically not eating the souls; it was holding onto them to turn into a Philosopher's Stone.
Oh, got you.
Yeah.
I recall.
Okay. So. All right. Okay. I guess that makes sense. So. If. Wait, does that mean Magnus was working with them?
Almost certainly.
If that's the case.
It seemed like he got pulled through a portal right before we could kind of
A portal.
get the job done. Yeah, well, he actually pulled up first. Really, like, he was kind of talking shit, to be honest with you. So
Okay.
we kind of got into a brawl,
Okay.
and then he got saved.
You got into a brawl. Was it on recording?
Don't do this to me. Don't do this. No, it's not on recording, but I'm so serious. Like, we were all there.
Oh,
Go through your pictures. Do you have any?
I was gonna say if the media team was recording it, like I'd love to go back and watch it.
I do have a picture of Magnus's stupid dumbass on the ground.
It was recorded.
It was?
Yeah.
Oh. Okay. Well, then I can check. I mean, I'll check that out when it's publicized later. Then I actually I want to know what Magnus does. So that's useful. Still show me the picture though. He like walks over and grabs the picture and looks at it, and he like laughs, and then he's like wow, Mr. Number One, huh?
Yeah.
Interesting.
And we also ran into this thing, and I show him the picture of the Nightmare Oxen.
Oh, okay, that makes sense. That's
Kinda
one
got
of
a little catalog going.
Yeah, that's one of the nightmares I told Osei about. Yeah. I didn't think that they'd have one that's so like. That's definitely some kind of experiment. It's just bigger than the average one. Probably by like That's like 2-ish times larger than the average one. Huh. Interesting.
I really think they're gonna be a
I normally
problem.
fight them in the chain lanes.
That makes sense. Okay. Well, I guess, me and Jericho were able to take care of everybody here. So, hell, even actually, Eden even took one out. So,
Crosswise
Really?
runs up to Eden. You finally showed them your secret techniques, Eden.
it was nothing for me. It was
Yeah.
nothing for me, in all honesty. I mean, I just showed him a little bit of, and he like kind of mimics a skill that like an older like Slayer, like legendary Slayer would have done. He like mimics a pose that they would have done.
Yeah, he's like,
He does like
Wow.
the ultra beam.
it would have been a marvel to see, Eden. I'm glad you got through it so well, so
Oh, of
easily.
course.
Actually,
Of course.
he gives Eden like a partial hug.
Oh, come on. It's nothing. It's nothing, really. Besides, actually, the one that took out the most wasn't Terminus. It was the other one.
Jericho.
The Jericho?
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah, I asked Terminus about it when we were fighting. Terminus, you can tell him. And then, Terminus is like, oh yeah. He like thinks, he's like, oh, huh. I guess I didn't really explain, much about the capabilities of the second squad. So Jericho was actually originally supposed to be the vice captain. He didn't want it. He told Mary that I'd be a better leader. So then he told me later on that he just didn't want to do the work. So he's really strong, actually. He's very strong. But here's the deal. Enough, talking about what's happened. I'm gonna tell y'all about what's happening. So I trailed the weirdo GM that they had. And, well, I saw some weird shit, to say the least. It might be part of why they attacked us here, to be honest. Even though I wasn't caught, and I know I wasn't bugged or anything, so I actually don't know how they would have gotten here. Wait a second. Before I continue, did you say a portal opened?
Yeah.
There is
Yeah,
only...
portal opened and pulled Magnus. And then it closed.
You all saw
It
this.
sounded.
I don't
Yeah, there was-
recall, but I'm sure it happened.
You all saw a portal open and take Magnus out. Because if so, that's bad. That's really bad.
I am telling you 100% I saw this. There is no doubt in my mind.
So there's only one person that we know of that is capable of creating portals. But I don't want to assume that he's a threat to us. But if he is, no, that would actually be inefficient for his group. Well, that's just confusing.
Is it Gil?
No,
Can Gil make portals?
the commissioner can.
The commissioner.
Commissioner Samuel
Like
can...
the guy?
The guy can open portals, yes. But the thing is that he technically owns the White Lotus Society's team. So it's inefficient for him to do anything with the Dreamweavers. That means there's people strong enough to open portals running around. Unless it is him, in which case that really fucking sucks also. We've got...
Would it be possible for... because Osei's seen both portals, right? The one after the book test and then that one? Could you roll an int?
He could roll an int. He could.
I would be able to tell if it's different portals. Or
Well, you
different
weren't awake during the
summoners?
first one.
You weren't awake during it. So
Only
Osei,
Osei and I, but I
Osei-
wasn't awake during the second one.
Yeah, so Osei is the only person that would have the ability to roll int to tell if they were the same portal, but it would be a hard ass check. I'll tell you what though. Yeah, Osei, go ahead and roll int. Roll an intelligence roll for me.
Okay. Okay.
You believe that the colors of the portal were different, like you know for a fact they were different colors, but beyond that you can tell nothing. You do not know if they were the same type of portal. You don't know if they were the same energy. You don't know any of that. You just know that they were different colors. So okay, so we have two options. Either the commissioners are fraud, or there's people strong enough to open portals. Which would line up with this group, I guess. So let me tell you guys a bit about what I saw when I was out there tailing that guy. So here's the thing. After the opening ceremony, I was following around their GM. I still have no idea what his name is. He's a weird guy that doesn't. I never even saw his full face. But what I did see was Deirdre wasn't there at the opening ceremony. It was him watching. But for some reason, she was there. After the opening ceremony, he walked around the back of the tower, the White Lotus Tower. And he started speaking to her there. And I was like, yo, that's weird. That's really weird. I didn't get to make out exactly what they were talking about. But they were setting up for something. They talked about setting things in motion, plan, White Lotus Society. Don't know what they're planning in the White Lotus Society, but there's something planned there. So then, naturally, I started following her, because she started heading towards an exit to the White Lotus Society, and the other guy walked out into a forest, and then I kind of lost him. Which would make sense if portals. Anyways, I tracked her, and I watched her I don't know, place what appears to be some kind of trap at one of the I believe the eastern entrance of the White Lotus Society. Something that would be activatable at a later date. What does that pertain to? I don't know. If they're trying to conquer the White Lotus Society, which has never been done, that's an insane thing to ask of a new organization. And I let her go on her way because I wanted to investigate the trap to see if there was anything I could report about it or find out about it, but it's something that I haven't seen before. And I feel like it's something that's set up to only respond to her. So I can't really do anything about that. And then I looked around the perimeter of the rest of the society. And I couldn't find anything else, not even another one of those traps. I'm sure they're set there, though. Again, I don't know what they're planning, but I wouldn't imagine that they would only do it for one entrance. And then I do recall them. Let me roll int for this, because let me see if he recalls this or not. It would be important. He does. Yeah, I do know they were talking about running experiments, not, let's see, where did they talk about experimenting? They talked about experimenting in the Chained Lands and looking for something in Walking God. You said they had notes on a Walking God?
Yes, they do.
There is technically something that's applicable towards. There is a being that's referred to as the Walking God. Osei and Crosswise roll. Actually, everybody that isn't Lake, roll it. Because this is something you would have the ability to know. Oh my god. Look at this guy. Wow, look at this guy. Quay also roll it. See if you know. Oh no. Bro's dead. Oh no, he's dead. That's fucked up. Oh, he is there. Damn. Why you wait so long if he was gonna roll 100?
'Cause I needed to figure out my int stat, but I couldn't.
Oh,
It won't let me
right.
like get there.
Yeah, gotcha. Okay, so yeah, so you guys all know what this is in reference to. So Walking God is what some more like, usually the witch tribes, it's what they refer to the Walking City as. As far as knowledge on the Walking City goes, you guys, 2 of you rolled good enough to know this, so I'll just let y'all know. The Walking City is on the back of a giant sprawling into the clouds automaton. That walks around the like oceans of the planet. And so like it's common knowledge people can enter the Walking City. You're not necessarily not allowed. But there is like a key required to get in. Like you have to obtain like a card that basically says you can go in there. But they aren't like they don't like hate outsiders or anything. It's just it's the only place on the planet where anybody's allowed to stay. There is no like, you can be a witch and stay there, you can be a scientist and stay there, you could be a monk and stay there, like you could be anything and you're like allowed in the village. It's like the only like peaceful place on the planet, quote unquote.
You said this is an old witch city, or like
It's
pretending that something to do with pretending
no,
with witches?
yeah, well, it's witches can live there, but the
Witches
reason
can live there.
the reason that the whole Walking God thing matters is because witches often refer to that city as the Walking God.
Okay.
And so that is like where Terminus's mind goes when he hears the term Walking God. And so yeah, that's what's been so that's what I discovered. And if you're talking about Walking Gods, then they're probably talking about the Walking City, which we might have to take a trip to the Walking City at some point. I'd guess Osei had been there for like a show or something before. That would make sense. I don't know if the rest of you would have been there. Like, have you ever seen the Walking City?
Not that I can remember.
Yeah, it's gonna freak you the fuck out when you first see it.
Alright.
It's like crazy in like a cool way, but it's also crazy in like a, oh wow, that's like an impending doom type of thing. So yeah, regardless, I'm not gonna focus on that right now. You guys are gonna be needed to head to the base in the Northern Wind soon. Unfortunately, the White Lotus Society had to pull out a few extra stops for it in the weeks since you guys have been here and whatnot. because the Northern Wind is not somewhere that's normally accessible to outsiders. So in order to get there, the White Lotus Society had to pay money to build a new sky train. They only have a few, and have it connected to the Northern Wind. There are 2 places that have sky trains, the Northern Wind and the White Lotus Society, and both of them have sky trains that basically lead to areas that they're not technically allowed in. So there was an agreement made with like a city in the Northern Wind, that they would have a sky train built for however many chips to the White Lotus Society. And yeah, so we're gonna need to get you guys back to there and then do that. But before we do, actually, there was a guy that wanted to see you, and you see Terminus like pull out his phone and like send like a message, and you like kind of are wondering like it takes a little bit. You're like, why is he? What's going on? And then I forgot to make a token for him. I just now realized. So don't worry about it. There will be one next time, but whatever. You see King pull up. And King walks up to you guys, and he's like, I'm trying to remember. I actually don't remember the voice I gave him. I think I gave him like a kind of deeper voice with an accent, like a, yeah. So, I'm truly amazed by, what I saw you guys do back there in the cave. It was on the radio. But Lake, you.
How we doing?
You.
Mm-hmm.
I got something for you in specific because you made the deal with me, and I'm already giving your team a little bit of money. But you, Lake, I got something for you. And he pulls off like the jacket that he has. A jacket that on the back has like it says the King's Den on it. This, Lake, is your first sponsored item. This is you are now sponsored by the King's Den Casino. And what the jacket gives you is whenever you build hype stacks while wearing it, you will get extra money on top of the commission your team is getting from the casino in that like next session. So like if for example, it won't really come up this session. I don't plan on having you guys fight anything unless you could do something cool. But yeah, so whenever you build hype stacks while you have that on, the way that you guys commission works from the casino right now is like at the start of every session, Crosswise and Osei get 50, Lemisk and Lake get 100 because those are the 2 that made the deal. And now Lake has the ability to get more than 100 if he builds stacks of hype while wearing the jacket like on recording. So that there's that, and then also like you can, I guess, quote unquote make deals in the name of whatever company you're sponsored by. You guys have the ability to get sponsored by whoever the fuck in this setting. It doesn't really matter. And like what'll happen is if you work with a sponsor enough times, you'll get like buffs and benefits from it. But it requires you like being a long-standing, like getting sponsored by that person.
Got you.
So like it would also mean that like if you could put on better gear later on, you would have to use the sponsored gear instead because it's the thing that would build up to that bonus. So yeah. So King hands you the jacket, and he's like, yeah, I decided I gotta sponsor you because I saw what you did. You guys already made the deal with me, and I was like, I should place my bets on that kid. So there you go.
Thank you. Thank you. And I put it on.
I knew you could do it, Neff.
I kind of turn around and point at the back.
Yeah, so that's not only am I sponsoring you, I'm giving a little bit of money, to the team now. And also I guess you guys like have the ability to make money from the casino in the Northern Wind when you get that dealt with. If you guys want to spin the slots a few times or play a few card games before you head out, I mean, you can. And Terminus kind of looks over at him. He's like, don't get them addicted to gambling, man. Don't get them addicted to gambling. But yeah, that's up to you guys. It's not necessary.
I wouldn't mind that.
Anybody else wish to gamble? Any gamblers?
I'll pass.
All right, that makes sense. Oh wait, hold on. Lemisk,
Yeah.
is this the guy? Did you just put a king from Tekken on the fucking sheet, Nighlin?
Yeah.
I fucking hate you. Okay, so, Lemisk, this is the guy you were talking about? You wanted me to talk to about witch stuff?
Yes. I need you to talk to my man Osei.
Oh, yeah, I could tell. He has, a distinct magical aura around him. So, Osei,
I look up.
what is it that, you needed to know about witches? What is it that you were wondering? Because I can tell you're already kind of a powerful witch, I'd argue. But Lemisk, when he met with me earlier today, he said that he had a friend that he wanted me to talk to about a few witchcraft things.
Kind of looked distracted as he was talking, but then looked back at him. Oh, sorry. Well, there's a lot. I don't know where to begin.
That makes sense.
But I guess maybe we can start with our recent trip to the Chainlands.
Oh, okay. All right. You went to the Chainlands. I haven't been there in a long time. What happened over there?
Well, I look around looking for Crosswise. See him. Cross.
Yeah.
I don't know if we should tell him our recent visit, but I don't know. It feels like it might be worth it since we don't know a lot
I
of
think
the whole situation right now.
that's reasonable. I think he's more likely to have some information than none.
Okay. Look back at King. Well, so I guess what do you know about what do you know about the well, first, have you been to the Chainlands before?
A long time ago. It's been a few years, but I've been around a few times.
Okay. Well, I guess I was just wondering if you ever knew anything about that city floating up and above.
In the Chainlands floating city. Chainlands floating city. I'm trying to think. What did I see while I spent my time in the library? Let me roll int for him. Would he have knowledge? It's a hard check, but like he has the int for it. He barely fails. Um, yeah, floating city. Floating city. There's last time I went to the Chainlands, there wasn't any floating city. I guess. I guess there was rumors of some group wanted to start a. I guess that would be one way to do it so it doesn't get attacked. So yeah, a while back there was a group that was talking about starting a new society in the Chainlands or something. I don't know anything about it. I've never seen a floating city. I don't know what they got going on up there, but I would guess that the only way to not get attacked as a society in the Chainlands would be to put it up or put it under. So
Interesting.
that's what I'd guess is that it's some form of society they're trying to form.
Seems like they've. It's been, I guess, mission accomplishment.
Oh,
Cause
it's like an actual city up there.
yeah,
Okay.
Was
Hmm?
was it like the walking god they were talking about?
Was it like the Walking God? Was it like the Walking God? Was it on the back of a thing or
well, it was floating and it was.
just purely floating, just in the air, in the sky?
Trying to remember the details.
Yeah, it was just floating. It was floating and constantly taking land from the ground and putting it like putting it as its own land, basically.
If I recall, Osei, unless there's an invisible creature carrying it, it's floating.
Mm. Yeah,
Um.
exactly. Yeah.
Okay. Well, then if it's floating, um, I guess. Why are you trying to go up there?
I look at Cross, then look back at him.
I suppose.
You are? Well, if it's in the chained lands, there is a reason for the chains that surround the area. Um, we don't know why, but it's to hold the extremely powerful magic that's under the land from like cracking the ground itself. So I would assume that there would be a way in, be dangerous, but in theory it should still have to have a chain somewhere that connects to the ground. Otherwise it would probably get blown to bits by the sheer like magnitude of the force of the magic that's under the ground. So if you wanted to do that, then in theory it should have a chain that's connected. If it doesn't have a chain connected or the chain disconnected, then it should just explode. If there is no chain and it's not exploding, then you're dealing with probably a force that's never been like the power of which has never been seen or something, which would kind of be really unfortunate. So I would assume there's a chain there.
Okay.
And are you so Osei, I saw you in action a little bit, well, heard about you in action a little bit on the radio. Shooting blasts and whatnot, but I also heard that you're a little bit of a physical fighter as a witch. You don't get too many of those too often.
Well, hmm.
When you are done with your little mission to the Northern Wind, I'm already doing a lot for your team. I might as well try to get you as strong as I can. You should come meet me for some, like, to spar a little bit once you're done with the mission in the Northern Wind. I want to see what you're capable
Wow.
of. Because I also am physically fighting witch.
Wow. I don't know what to say. Thank you. I'll take it.
Um, but yeah, so you guys have the option to go gamble in the King's Den before you leave if you want. Only saying that because I know that before the session I talked about how gambling in there can potentially get you items. Maybe.
Yeah, let me go throw one on the slots.
Throw one on the slots. It's crazy.
Just like the worst game.
It's the worst possible game.
Mm-hmm.
I'm
Put 100 on it.
put 100 on it.
I'll put my bonus on it.
Okay. So, is there anybody else that wants to go gambling before I explain the rules? Because once you're logged in, you're logged in here.
No, my
No?
guy wouldn't have enough confidence.
Okay. Osei already said no. Lemisk?
Nope.
Nope. All right. So, explaining to Lake before you go in there. So for now this can be all time, but I know you have bans on you, so this you might do it right now. Who knows? So in the King's Den, I explained this to you a little bit before the session, but there are 2 items that you could potentially win if you win or spend X amount of chips. The amount of chips is not disclosed, but if you roll an int check for me, I can maybe get you there a little bit.
Got you.
If you roll crazy, then you'll know the exact amount of chips, actually. So, you do know the exact amount of chips. It's from winning or spending. It has to be one or the other. Both do not add into this. It can be an overtime total or an all-at-once total. It doesn't matter. If you win or spend 1,000 chips in there, then you can get the items. Now, if you had 1,000 chips and just wanted to raw be like, can I buy the item? Then I would tell you what the items are. But if you are playing the game of chance, then you cannot know what the items are.
Okay. I don't want to know what the items are. I'm going 1,000 on red.
Oh my fucking god! Do you actually have 1,000?
Yeah. I have like 13.
You have 13, yeah, because you fucking beat Vin, right?
Because I beat Vin.
Yeah. Okay. Well, this is gonna be an even harder roll. I want you to roll for me. Let me look at your stats a little bit. Let me think about this.
Is there luck? There's no luck.
There is no luck. I would equate that to Dex. Yeah, so here's what's gonna happen. You, for me, are going to roll 3 Dex checks, and they all have to pass a specific arbitrary number that I just now decided. Okay. To get there. You can still potentially win money if you get a 2 out of 3. But you'll be if you lose 2 bets, then you'll lose a sizable amount of money. If you lose all 3, then you're gonna lose all of it.
Gotcha.
So go ahead and roll your first Dex check.
So
that's bad. Go ahead and roll another Dex check for me. That's really bad. Go ahead and roll another Dex check for me. That one, so they were going to get easier as time goes on. That one beats the last check by exactly 1.
Huge.
So you just lost, you don't lose as much as you would otherwise because you are sponsored. So you will be losing 600.
Huge. Don't hurt me.
But that does technically count as spending 600. So that does go towards the total of
Wait,
spending.
that only counts as spending 600?
Yeah, because you lost 600.
Oh, fucking.
It's a casino.
Can you take this other 400? And let me get a random item?
you, well, you could. I mean, if you just want to gamble the other 400 to get the item, then
Yeah, I'll gamble the other 400.
Gamble the other 400. Roll 2 dex checks. 57.
It's like the worst of all time. Worst day ever.
You lose 200. But well, because you spent the extra 400, we'll just say yes, you get the thing. But you lost 200 there. Yeah. So the reason that the first one didn't count is because you were getting overdrafted because you're sponsored. So
Gotcha.
here's the thing. You can get, let's see, which one is 1 and which one is 2. I'm looking. Holy shit. Okay. So, Lakington, you are given a crown. And it's not a crown it's a crown, but it's not actually like a crown you wear on your head. It's a bracelet that looks like a crown.
Gotcha.
It is called the Crown of Midas. And you will get a new skill from it. I'll decide later on. It's a skill that you get from like basically when you gamble with it on X skill happens. It's mainly just a roleplay skill. It's not really gonna matter in combat. But you get, and this is your decision, you will get, for getting the item, you will get, and if any of you want to gamble at any point, you know that that's an item that's on the table now. Like you guys do technically have access to this. You can choose to get +2 to strength or +2 to agi, just as like a bonus that exists.
Okay. Does that go in my attribute mods?
Yes, it would be a mod.
Okay.
Got
you.
And if you guys, there is another item still available if anybody wants to gamble for it, but you know, the that's something that you guys can decide later, cuz that's the end of gambling. So you guys can rest, because you guys are gonna go rest, and then you guys and Jericho are gonna have to go to the White Lotus Society so that you can like go to the I forgot to switch that, so that you guys can take the Sky Train. Is there anything you guys want to do before heading out? Any like spend money at a shop? Any like just whatever, anything you want to do?
I'll head up to the top of the hill while others are resting, because I can't. And then I will start writing a bunch of things in this like pad, like this rundown book.
Okay.
For later. Intermittently, glow appears on my head, but it just like fades away quickly. I just keep doing that till time's up.
Okay. Is there anything the rest of you would like to do? Also, actually, Nighlin, I would be willing to, actually, no. I was gonna say, since I think it would be in character, we can do this if you want, but it's up to you. If you wanted to, like, while writing, roll, like, a pretty hard check and get, like a permanent int thing for writing, we could do that.
Sure.
But
what's the mod?
You would be rolling like int as a check.
Okay.
But like the idea would be that like I'd be fine with you getting like a mental buff or something for like consistently writing about the curse and whatnot, like trying to fight it.
Yeah.
So like I'm fine with that. Go ahead and roll int. No, you do not die to the damage from it, but it definitely like is, how do I word this? Like it definitely is like noticeably painful to you. If you'd have like failed the check, you probably would have been starting tomorrow off with like 30 mental instead of 50 or something.
Gotcha.
But yeah, so anything else anybody wants to do?
Is there anything we can do with the dragon scales that we got from the Solus?
The dragon scales, you can apply it to a weapon that you have or something that you have to make that thing deal more damage. That's like what they exist for. Cameron used his for his camera. You technically all have one.
Okay.
Yours would be, if I was going to make a suggestion, like technically it's not regarded as a weapon on the sheet, but could be if you wanted. But technically, if you put the dragon scale into your book, then everything involving your book would deal like 5 extra damage.
Okay. Yeah, I was thinking maybe we could probably just do something like that.
Yeah,
That would
yeah,
make
you
more
can-
sense.
Yeah, you can do that. I'm fine with that. Then I will make recite him do 5 more damage. And then I will make your what is it? There. Oh yeah. I'll make your I'll give you something to spirit terminal for it. I don't know what yet. So yeah, is there anything else y'all want to do before heading out? Any other thing?
I don't.
You don't? Okay. So you guys can all rest, make sure that you're good. And then you guys in Jericho will be heading to outside the Southern Badlands. That's a trip that we're just not gonna care about. You take a shuttle tank back to the White Lotus Society, so on and so forth, and you get to the White Lotus Society after like a few days of travel. Wrong thing. Guess who took you to the wrong place? Here, White Lotus Society. So when you're here, I forgot to move Jericho here, but pretend that Jericho's here. I can actually just bring them over. Where is bro? Here. So you guys are taking Jericho because Jericho's the only member of Squad 2 that wasn't taken to the Northern Wind. Was specifically kept around for like in case backup was needed. And you guys get there and get on like everything situated. You get on the Sky Train. Is there anything? I guess technically I should ask this. Is there anything you guys would like to do in the White Lotus Society before getting on the Sky Train? Even though, like, I guess there's not really much that you could do at this moment in time because you're on like a timer, not a timer, but like you're on time constraints in theory.
Yeah, I'm good.
You're good. All right.
I'm good as well.
Okay. The other two, y'all are fine.
Yep.
Okay.
I am.
Yep.
Okay. So you guys get in the SkyTrain. The SkyTrain is like this giant like track that heads up. It kind of is like got this weird like steampunk gravity thing that's like holding it up. It's super grandiose. It heads out of the like side of there's like an exit that heads out of like the side of the tower. It comes directly from the tower, like the commissioner's tower. And there's like the tracks themselves look invisible. They're like pure glass and it's real like weird looking. It looks as if there's like a distortion in the air that this train runs across. And you guys get there and you get in the train. It's you guys and like a few other people that are taking the SkyTrain to the Northern Wind now that it's like just because they perceive it as like, oh, that means the Northern Wind's open now. So they're actually on the train with you, as well as like people transporting like cargo for you guys to take over there to like get the base like ready and everything while the like Mary and the rest of the Squad 2 are already over there doing their stuff. So you get in this train car and you guys are just chilling, it takes off, no problems, you guys are going. And now we get to something a little interesting. I want you guys, while on this train ride to the Northern Wind, to do a D100 roll for me, all of you. Okay, so, damn, Cam, what's your rolls today, man?
I don't know.
You wasted it all on the fucking stopping time, bro.
Yep.
You guys passed by like a decent margin. Okay. So you guys are in the train, and there is a point in which the train gets stopped. At first you think it's for like maintenance or something, but it's because you see like there's this pack of nightmares that appears. Just a lot of nightmare goals and like some weird like corvid, crow kind of nightmares you guys have never seen before. And they like attack the train a little bit out front, and they're just like they hit you guys up. They're like, "Hey, sorry, like we gotta deal with this real quick." And you see like this like giant hatch open up on like the front of the train, that like opens up, and there's like kind of a weird like cannon looking thing, and then it shoots a laser that eviscerates the nightmares that are attacking. And while you guys are there, there's like everything's fine. Nothing bad happens because you guys rolled good. Surprisingly, given that nigga rolled a 5. But yeah, you make it to the village in the Northern Wind. And while like you get there, and it's kind of like Lake Remembers. It's been a few months since you've been here, but you get here and you're like, yeah, this feels like the Northern Wind. And you get there and like you see this like kind of like there's a lot of tents, and like there's a good setup going on. They've kind of already built some buildings. It's like obviously Mary and Squad 2 have been here at work, but they've also been working with the village that already existed here and like kind of upgrading it a little bit with the resources they do have, that they were given by the White Lotus Society for like doing so well so far this season. And then like Jericho kind of heads out. He's going to meet with like his squad members and stuff. And so like you guys have this cool like snow village to go through and visit. It works like similarly to Brunel in that there's like just a lot of shit here. But it doesn't have like the same resources or things that Brunel has. Like there's no like Monster Hunter restaurant here or nothing. But upon getting there, there is there's this guy that's just chilling. Like he's walking around and he walks by, he sees you there, and he's like, oh shit, he goes, you guys are the Grimm's Disciples team. You guys are Squad 1.
That's us.
Oh shit, Lake. And he
What's up, man?
he looks at you. He's like, we we know that you try to conceal where you're from, but like we've seen you.
No disrespect to you guys. It's just
No, I get it. Actually, there is something that's a bit strange going on actually. So, do they know about the thing? Do they know about him or anything? If not, then I won't publicly discuss this. It's something you and me should probably discuss.
But I don't mind if they know.
Okay.
At this point.
All right. So yeah.
Listen.
What?
My dad is Augustine Durant.
All of you would have knowledge of who that is. all of you would have knowledge of who Augustine is. You'd be like, oh shit, that's like the legendary hero guy.
Legendary hero,
Yeah.
shitty dad. I just don't like him, and I don't want to associate with him. So I try to, do my own thing. I don't mind if you guys know, because now you know me separately from him. But my whole life has just been in his shadow.
That's reasonable. You are a lot better than him.
That's what I've been saying. And he doesn't like he doesn't like science.
Oh, that's
Like,
gross.
at all.
He hates science. Yeah, he hates science. He hates anything that is not a power source from within. So if it's
He's
not,
just fisticuffs, and it's
Yeah.
so boring and played out.
Yeah, I mean it's what you love though. He should like what you love.
That's what. See, that's what I've been saying, Cross.
I understand you, Lake. He gives you a hug.
And I kind of hug him back.
kind of
Give him like a half hug back.
Okay. Actually, hold on. Before I continue, wait, like last time, we a few of the villagers here have seen you around before, walking through with him or whatever. What happened to your arm?
Admittedly, I I'm doing some growth,
Okay.
and I'm willing to admit that I overestimated myself.
Well, wow. Well.
Not that much. Like, I was probably close to being fine,
Okay.
but there was this book. I don't know. It was all fucked up, dude.
Ah.
I thought it was
okay.
gonna be a problem. It's a little embarrassing because I'm supposed to be vice captain. See my earpiece?
Oh, okay. It's vice captain. Oh wow.
While
Oh.
Terminus is away.
Yeah, I guess that technically, I mean, Terminus isn't here. That means you're technically the vice captain
Yeah.
while here.
Yeah, he hasn't been talking to me anymore. I'm kind of feeling like it was just a temporary thing through the earpiece, but I kept it.
Have you tried contacting him?
No, I don't know. I feel like I'd bother him.
That makes
Plus,
sense.
I got
though,
shit to
yeah.
do too. I want
Yeah.
him to
Both
know
of you are
that
busy.
I'm on the job.
Yeah. Anytime there's an emergency, I'm sure.
But a few of these guys were fine. I'm the only one who's all fucked up about it.
Damn, really?
Yeah.
You guys read the book? All of you read the book? They gave him the arm thing?
The Book of Solomon is what it's called.
Okay. All right.
You know the Book of Solomon?
Yeah, I read it.
Do I know the book of Solomon? I mean, I've heard of it. I don't know what it does or anything.
Yeah.
We're pretty secluded up
figures.
here.
Yeah. He doesn't let
It
us know
racks your
shit.
mind with pain and craziness.
He doesn't let us know shit. Actually, that's kind of what I want to talk to you about. Ever since you left, he's been out of character, I guess. And I actually don't think it's related to you leaving, which is probably even more fucked up. But yeah, since you left, it's basically become like a military state. That's why we were willing to give you guys that's why we were willing to give you guys like a place here, because we were like, oh well, if somebody from the White Lotus Society can come here and maybe fix this, that'd be great. We're on the outskirts, so it hasn't reached us yet, but a lot of the villages and towns further into the territory, it's all fucked. It's like martial law.
Oh my god.
Lake, you would notice that that's out of character, because despite the fact that he is a dog shit father,
I didn't think he'd do something
yeah,
like that.
he's never been like an unjust guy to like his people. He's never been an unjust ruler.
Y'all are like the only thing he cares about.
Yeah, it's a bit surprising. It coincides with when you left, but I don't know if it's due to you leaving or if it's due to something else. Why did you guys choose here? Mary seemed pretty angry about it earlier. Like when she first got here, she was like, "Oh, I can't believe that we're in the northern wind of all places," and so on and so forth.
Well, I wanted to build a church out here, actually. I
Oh,
wanted to see if I could find God here.
okay. That's understandable. I don't know if you'll find many godly people here, people that would be willing to follow in that belief, but like, any kind of, thing that you can build here to provide more for the people would be fantastic. So, you'll hear no complaints from me. I'm acting as like the leader of the village right now, I guess. So, if I don't really have any complaints about it, then I guess it doesn't really matter.
Yeah, the reason that we picked up here is I mean it's not a great reason. It's probably why Mary was mad.
Oh,
I just kind of want to be
okay.
great in his face.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, Mary wasn't happy.
Yeah,
They gave us the final say since
I imagine not. She was, people, everybody knows Mary. She's been around a long fucking time, and she's not one that willingly talks to groups of people, really. So when she got here and started screaming about how mad she was that you guys chose here, it was kind of shocking.
yeah, we didn't really even discuss it with her
Like at all.
very much. I mean, I didn't. We just kind of told Terminus, and I think he got screamed at.
He definitely got screamed at. I'm like almost certain he got screamed at. that's
But
that's
yeah,
understandable.
it didn't sound good over the phone, and we were a few feet away, so and it wasn't on speaker.
It's understandable. It happens. Well, I guess there's kind of a lot in me asking this, but then maybe there's a chance that you guys could I don't know, either help the people in the towns here, or maybe try to find your dad in the capital and try to see like why he's doing this. I don't know. I just know that if what they're doing comes to this village, like it's gonna be sad.
Yeah, well, we'll do our best to make sure that this place stays as prosperous as Graham's.
Okay, that's good. That's good. Mary is actually her and the two of the second squad members. Uh, they are out actually getting reports on nearby military encampments and forts that are under the jurisdiction of Augustine. Because she also seemed pretty angry about what he was doing. I guess they know each other. But she seemed very upset at the whole like, oh, military law, like rule through power thing.
Mm-hmm.
And said that Augustine wouldn't do that, and then went out. I'm almost certain that there's, I don't know. I think you might have fucked up because, in all honesty, I think she did use the word war. So I don't know about all that, but
Or
war. Yeah, she said. She said, "Oh well, if he comes here, then I guess I'll just declare war, or something of that to that effect."
hmm.
Because there were military encampments that we talked about that were like around the outskirts of this village.
Yeah.
And she was like, "Okay, well if they pull up, then we'll pull up." I was like, "Okay."
Well, we might be ready for that. And I kind of turn and look at Lemisk and just smirk at him.
I smirk at him. I smirk at my nephew. And I'm like, yeah, we would be. I put my hand on my golden gun.
Oh, the golden gun, the legendary golden gun, Lemisk. People know about you out here. Surprisingly, Lemisk. People know about you out here.
I guess they should.
That's why I'm a little bit surprised about the whole church thing, but I mean, I'm not gonna question that. Is there anything you guys would like now that you're here? Like I mean,
It seems like you kind of got your ear to the streets. Can you keep us updated if you hear anything more about this war situation?
yeah, I'll let you know if Mary doesn't like come back and tell you herself. I don't know. She seems angry, very angry. So,
Yeah. I'm kind of hoping she talks to you first.
yeah, well, that's understandable. I mean, I am the acting leader, so she does have to talk to me. I just don't know if she'll do it before she talks to you or not. She would be angrier at you, so odds are.
Yeah. All right. Well, thanks for your help. Where are we bunked up?
Oh, I'll show you. And he like kind of like walks you through town. He kind of shows you a few of the spots, like a shop that's nearby. He shows you like a area for like making gear and stuff that your team has like set up kind of hastily just to have it, just in case. He shows you like this like, you know, inn nearby that isn't really like where you're staying, but it's like an inn and tavern, so it's like, you know, that's the party spot that they usually use. Shows you like a few of the other things that they got going on around here as he pulls you around to like a larger wooden cabin that exists that is next to two other wooden cabins. It seems to be that this is like the area that's relegated specifically for where your team is to stay, and you guys have one of the wooden cabins. It's like it's pretty large. It's like luxurious for sure. And yeah, so you guys end up at this wooden cabin, and that's like your where you're staying. So yeah. Uh is there anything you guys would like to do or get started doing now that you're here? Now that you're at your headquarters in the Northern Wind. Also,
It's snowy here, right?
it's snowy as fuck. It's winter as hell.
Okay.
And I will say that like technically you guys get to name the village because you were the ones that chose to come here. So, and this is your territory now. It's no longer owned by the Northern Wind. So you guys also get the ability to fuck around with that.
I vote for North Eden.
North Eden. Okay. I forgot to move Eden's token over here. Eden's with you guys. I like North Eden.
I also like North Eden.
Oh my
Yeah,
god.
we can do North Eden.
It's North Eden. And Eden kind of looks around at you guys. He's like, I like that name a lot, actually. Yeah, I'm a big fan of North Eden. Osei, how do you feel about North Eden?
Kind of distracted, looking up, realizing his attention was called. Oh, yeah, whatever you guys like.
Yeah, North Eden. It's got a good ring to it. And now you guys can you guys can choose what you get up to here. There's like quite a few things to do, and obviously you guys have missions here. So what do you guys feel like doing?
I wanna look around and see where I can build a church, and I wanna like have a what you call it, an environmental report basically, and see what we got here.
Okay.
That.
So past the outskirts of the village that you're in, the village of North Eden, you have like obviously there's lots of tents. There's a few houses that are like the actual village, and there's some buildings that are in construction that you'll see throughout time as it goes on. And past like where a lot of the newer construction is happening, some of it being the village's construction for like a new like place to eat, like a new restaurant, as well as like construction from your team. You look out into the vast expanse of like snow and trees. There's a small little, like, it's a little further away from the village, but there's like a hill that exists that's like kind of got like a really nice like line of trees that go around the hill that has enough room for like a small building. That if you were to like create a road from it to the village, it doesn't take that long to travel. It's maybe like a 2 or 3 minute walk, but it's like a good area, and it also would have enough room for you to like create like a training, like a yard to train in and stuff like that. As well as the land around it probably being suitable for like if you wanted to build anything else and attach it to the church, it would make sense to have it be in like the middle on this hill, and then you could build around it because this area is not being used for anything else.
Look at that. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and in lore call up my followers and to tell them that this North Eden is the spot where we're gonna be at.
Okay. Yeah, they will be here next session.
All right, cool.
They'll be here, and we can say that in between the sessions, because we're probably gonna be ending this one like soon-ish. In between the sessions, you will talk to the acting leader and ask him if you can use that land, and he'll give you access to it. You'll spend a fee. You can actually spend the fee now if you want.
Okay.
Your fee would be for that land probably 500.
Okay.
And then you can get to working on what you want to put there, and we'll add to it as time goes on.
All right, bet.
Is there anything else you guys would like to do? Is there what are y'all trying to get up to?
I want to try to talk to Osei and take him somewhere.
Okay.
Yeah, and I want to see if we can find some sort of like, so, like someone to help us start the planning and construction on this casino.
Okay. We can get there because because word travels fast. I will say that the acting leader does have knowledge of plans to build a casino here. Because King technically like is one of the shareholders in your team now.
Mhm.
So they know that like you want something to do with him, especially now that you have like the sponsorship jacket on.
Yeah.
So like when you get the chance, you can talk to the acting leader and try to plan for that. Crosswise and
Gotcha.
Osei head off to a area like somewhat far away from people, like kinda in that same land that Lemisk will be building the church in, like just outside the village, behind some houses.
Cross.
I see you've been dejected.
Oh,
Can you explain a little
noticed?
bit of that to me?
Sorry. A lot's been on my mind lately. I don't know, maybe you don't want to hear it. It's just pointless shit, you know? Nothing
I
really
wanna hear
too
it.
of importance.
As your ally and brother in arms, I think it's important for us to be able to rely on each other, even if not just physically, but mentally.
Okay. Well, I don't know. I guess it's hard to unpack, but I've seen a lot of things in my period of life, and I don't want to get bogged down in the past. Because certainly we always and continue to always make new memories as humans. People roaming this wild world. But I just couldn't help but notice the similarities back there when we were at the mountain. My past journeys. And I don't know.
Hey, so crazy thing, like out of character, crazy thing for Josh to pick up on for his lore, and for this, I'll roll int for me.
Okay.
Because you're actually about to get backstory knowledge here if you roll this right. Because you picked up on something. Yeah, that passes. It's not a hard check. So, Osei has noticed that there are similarities between the reason that Trist originally left the White Lotus Society and what is going on currently with the whole like weird experimentation situation. So she did mention at one point that she was tested on for something, and because of it, it resulted in like the disease that she had that ended up killing her. So Osei has gathered that there is a link between this organization that is doing these experiments and their first, like one of their first subjects being Trist. And he now has a new question. If they're so good at experiments, why did they design something that intentionally killed her? And that is so. Yes, good job picking up on the connection between the experiments and the stuff with Trish, Josh. You can continue.
So, I don't know. I've seen this happen so many times with comrades in the past. There's a lot of issues I've realized, especially with our quest to healing your curse, Cross.
Yeah.
But let's just say I had a friend, one can say family member that I lost in dealing with a lot of the issues in the society. And
I see.
I say this a lot, but there's a lot of things that we hide and we try to not bring to light, but I just don't want the things that happened to the people in my past happen to you guys. So but let's not get too bogged down. I just wanted to say that there is some issues with that organization that's been testing on people.
Yeah, I understand what you're going through. I've been through a lot myself. But I think we can make something happen. If what these people have been doing for years has affected the people you love and your family, can't keep letting them take your family away. I once had a lavish land that I can't even recall. I used to fight for. I was, for some reason, not able to keep fighting for. But I tried to give up and lay there in a cave for weeks. But then a star from the heavens pointed me in the right direction. And I don't want to misuse that star and fall right back into hell. So I think we can make something, even if we are worms in the dirt. Sometimes we can find a way for the light to enter the tunnel.
Also, after this discussion, I want everybody to roll dex for me.
Yeah, Osei tightens his fist, but we only live once. I can't let what happened in the past happen to you guys.
I agree. We have to make sure nobody goes through that again. Or what I've gone through again.
Well, where do we go from here?
Establish this foothold, I suppose. We find the people responsible, both for you and for me. And we end them. We don't let them make others like they made us.
I agree. Well then, I don't know where we start, but we have to find connections to who put that curse on you.
Yeah, we'll look into those people who did what they did to your family and to that mountain potentially, and that volcano. So, not to cause any more trouble. I'm sure they'll find us. They won't take what happened lying down. I wouldn't.
Yeah, but something feels weird about this whole situation. I just wonder if there's any connections with even just the Walking God, Floating City, and all what we learned from King.
They could all be connected. You're right. It's worth keeping our eyes open and reading as much as we can about it. Because worst case, not that it'll ever happen, but the books we leave behind are at least going to help the future to find the solutions to those problems. But I'm sure we'll handle it before it ever gets to that.
Indeed.
I give him a hug.
I-
Roll dex.
So yeah, everybody rolled dex. Quay already did. I see. Uh huh. Uh huh.
Fuck.
Oh my God, Osei's fucking clutching up, bro. So this makes sense actually. Osei, through Crosswise's spirit tether, you can't tell where it's heading to, but you can tell that it's pointing into a direction. Meaning the person is not necessarily nearby and that they're like reachable, but you can tell that they're in the northern winds somewhere. The implications of
shit.
this is that your entire team is currently being watched. You cannot tell where you're being watched from, but you know that they have knowledge of your location because of that tether. It is confirmed the exact suspicions you were just talking about, that the person that put the curse on Crosswise is connected to the people that you hoed by beating Magnus. The fact that you rolled the dex check is crazy because like that makes sense and more.
All right. Wait a minute. Cross.
Yeah. Yes.
Something's not right. I think they're watching us.
Well, then act natural enough. Let's peel away from this hug and we'll walk towards the others and we'll let them know.
Okay, let's do this now, because
Okay.
I don't know, I feel their energy now.
Okay.
This is strange.
Act sad, and I'll like put you under my arm.
Oh, okay. I guess that can work.
Heck sad.
We walk back towards the others, particularly Captain Lake.
Hey, what's wrong, Osei?
I walk over and we whisper to him. Put him like a huddle.
Lake, we'll explain a little later, but I need you to get Misk as well, because there's an issue.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Osei needs us.
Okay. I'm on my way. Well, I'm here already.
Yeah, he walked over. He was like, "Actually, I was just getting food. Y'all thought I was gone that far away, bro. I just got back."
Okay.
Already.
Don't panic. But I think someone is watching us.
Oh. Yeah.
Mm. Why do you think that?
Let's just say they're connected with the issue, with the curse, with the cross, and I don't know. I don't feel safe talking about it here.
Do you want to stay here in our? Do you want to just get to our shelter?
Yes, let's do that because
Yeah, let's talk
I don't know
inside.
how much they've advanced as far as what they plan on doing, but they're definitely watching us now.
Once we get to the shelter, I'll check the perimeter for any like surveillance devices or people,
Rolex.
and then
Yeah.
everybody will go in. Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, no problem. Blink, blink, blink.
You notice that like you don't notice that there's anybody there, but you're like kind of you realize that there isn't anything that directly like affects the cabin. Like it's
Okay.
like you can tell that they know your location, but they're not like in the village. The
Yeah,
village
yeah.
is safe.
Cool. But re-trap our cabin, etc.
Yeah, they didn't do any of that. Especially not, I mean, they wouldn't have if anybody suspicious would have walked in that wasn't bare minimum captain level, they would have just been eviscerated on the spot by Mary.
Yeah.
So like they'd never have tested it ever.
Makes sense.
So like it's safe. It's fine.
We get into the cabin, and I stop pretending, and we let Osei go.
Okay. Is everyone okay?
I'm all good. Eden?
Yeah, I'm okay. I'm all right. I mean, to be honest, they probably wouldn't. They have no reason to really be concerned about me in specific. So, but yeah.
Okay.
What were you saying, Osei?
But first, cross everything. Did you see anybody?
No. They're further out in
No?
the woods, but they didn't come near. They're probably afraid.
Okay. And knowing Mayor would be around, I don't think anything would have happened major. Okay, look. So upon me and Cross's trip to Chainland, we learned a couple of things. I learned myself that I'm able to even at least see what is tethered to Cross. And let's just say that it doesn't it's not good news, I'm afraid. I think might be a fight bigger than all of us, potentially, but I don't know if you guys remember the conversation with King that I had, but yeah, I think someone is watching us, and they're definitely not from here. We have reasons to believe that they're most likely have something to do with obviously Cross's curse, but also the floating city and Chainland.
Hmm.
So
So why are they tracking us here if they're from the Chainlands?
well, it definitely has something to do with Cross, but something more. And with all the information we've been learning, especially about our Magnus fight, I mean, we have reasons to believe that Magnus and, this organization looking at people, experimenting them, this might be connected.
All right, well, let's stay on guard. We should tell Mary and Terminus as soon as we see him.
Right.
Matter of fact, and I kind of tap my earpiece.
Hello. Yeah.
Terminus?
Was good. Wait,
Uh,
something wrong or?
Osei. Osei thinks that the curse that Crosswise has and the people that are working with Magnus might be somehow connected. And we think that they have eyes on us in the North Wind.
Eyes on you in the North Wind. Damn, do they need Magnus that bad? Interesting. That's interesting that somebody would be stupid enough to try to not only obtain land in the Northern Wind, but then to try to conquer land that's taken in the Northern Wind. That's why would they care that much? It's it's like it's not for sport. Huh. Okay. I'll tell you what. I will go on. I mean, well, no, I actually have to stay here and make sure that Brunel is fine with the third squad. Fuck.
What about Jericho?
Well, Jericho's over there with you guys. I'm sure he's probably asleep in the tent with second squad. But maybe we might get second squad to head out to the Chainland. That's a little, they'll be safe with Jericho, I think. I guess in theory we could have them go on an investigative tour in the Chainland to see what they can find. Because I guess, now that I think about it, the Dreamweavers joined the Slayer Corps with no land of their own. Usually you have like a base made beforehand that's like your starting point essentially, and then you have to conquer everything else. But to join without even a starting point means A, they either just don't have it and they think they're like that, or B, they have a place that cannot normally be reached. So if that conversation with a floating quote-unquote society in the Chainland is true, then I could see a connection to... I could see it all connect together, I guess. But then that leaves me to wonder, what would they be doing in the Northern Wind? Unless they're there specifically to surveil you guys, but something tells me that they're more, conniving than that. I'd say, as long as you're with Mary, you're probably good. But, I'd say make sure that you're, we're gonna need to be able to combat those weird nightmare powers they have. Alright, so Lake, what I want you to do is, when you get the chance, I want you to talk to Mary and, ask her about the whole plan she had for when you were stronger and your nightmare powers.
Mm-hmm.
Because I don't know the full details of it, but I'd say ask her and we'll see what we can get done with that. Because,
Okay.
I mean, that whole nightmare thing is like, they're doing magic that's never been seen before.
I'll talk to her about it next time I see her.
Okay.
I don't like this. I don't like this at all, and apparently my dad's been acting off.
Your dad's been acting off. I mean, that makes sense, I guess. People haven't heard from Augustine in a while, but... What's going
I
on?
don't know. I don't know. He's kind of transitioned to ruling by fear.
Ruling by fear. That doesn't sound like him.
He's strong arming the North Wind.
Okay, well then I guess it's no longer stupid that we took land in the Northern Wind. Wait. And you guys were told this by the people living there?
Mm-hmm.
Oh. So Mary's already heard, huh? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hmm. Well, I'd say, that's tough. Well, I guess, there's no better way to put this, but, I guess you guys best be prepared to, make a name for yourselves out there. I'd say, act natural while you're in the town you're in. Maybe you're being watched. Go out. Maybe work on some stuff in town. Maybe hunt a few monsters, bolster defenses, whatever. Normal shit. And I'm sure that Mary will start giving you guys orders. After you've sufficiently, done some stuff around the village, I suppose.
Mm. They already
Um,
know my name here.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I'm sure they've seen you around. They know like what you do. They know about your dad. I'm sure they've seen you. I mean,
No, it's not like that. And this is what
oh,
I'm so tired of.
like they know you.
They know me.
Wow,
They know me.
that's surprising considering that's
They
where you're
know
from.
us.
Yeah. Wow.
I mean, yeah.
Huh. Well, that's great. That's great. That means we're doing good. I'd say.
We're doing good.
Um, I guess if you wanted to be more direct with it, you could also. That's never been done. But I mean, in theory, if you wanted to go about this in like a non subtle way, you guys could try to conquer the Northern Wind if you wanted.
That's something we'd all have to discuss.
Yeah, I mean, it's not the
You
only
said we
option,
could try
obviously.
and conquer the Northern Wind. What do you guys
Conquer.
think?
Hmm.
I mean, Cross, do you remember anything about the Chainlands?
I remember plenty, just not of what I did along ago. As a
Was there
mercenary, I recall everything.
was there any benefit to living under no rule?
No rule. I suppose there was. It was a simpler life. You didn't have to pay dues to a monarchy of sorts,
Hmm.
dukedom and whatnot. But some, like I was, preferred the life of working towards something greater. But many of the chained lands folk that don't subscribe to the monarchy or meritocracy spend their lives on a desolate wasteland filled with monsters. So only really a warrior mercenary's life would be happy there, I think.
What if we degoverned a place like this?
Like the chain lands.
I mean, it's not necessarily like the Chainlands here. I've heard there's like a weight that kind of follows you there.
That's true.
I mean, what if this was just for the people who lived here?
I think it could work as long as the
I mean, I don't want to be in charge.
rhyme wasn't a problem or they weren't being used. I guess it matters what natural resources they have. Many places in the chain land don't have very good natural resources. Like the ones that do have been taken.
Mm. Maybe we could
I
install
guess
Eden as leader.
that's true. If she's willing.
That's. I mean, I'm a manager. I guess that is technically a form of management, huh?
Yeah, kind of your thing.
Uh,
Be managing many prosperous warriors that could do your name justice.
uh, I mean, I guess in theory I could do that. If it was required of me. I can't say I ever intended on ruling anything.
You're the greatest coach. It only makes sense that training the greatest heroes for you to go one step higher.
Well,
As
You
the
don't need to.
greatest
You don't need to
mayor.
necessarily rule. This place just needs someone to represent them.
Mm-hmm. And you'll have my followers to help you.
The
whoa.
mayor of North Eden.
Yeah. I can do that. I can do that. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, fuck it, why not? Yeah, we fight a little bit of the northern wind, we take a little bit of land, and then I'm in charge of a little of like the new territory of North Eden, I guess. Huh. I never thought about that before. Yeah. Yeah, let's do that. Yeah.
Perfect.
That's crazy that y'all are just installing a puppet official, but that's fire. Um, yeah. Um, you know, you get off the call with Terminus. He offers you your options. If you want to conquer, you can, but that's like, it wasn't what he immediately led with. You have multiple options. And then Lake, you, after this whole conversation, go out to meet the current acting leader of this village.
Mm-hmm.
To talk about the prospects for the building of the new casino here under the
Hey.
Kingston brand.
Mayor
Uh,
General.
I guess people around here call me chief. I guess generally, but I don't really get. I don't intend on staying the leader here.
Well, while you are leader, we could use your help.
Oh, okay. What do you need?
I heard
What?
I heard you already knew a little bit about it, but I mean, you see the jacket.
I do see the jacket. Yes, I've heard a little bit about you guys' little brand deal with the casino.
Yeah, so we wanted to get a second one built up here. What do we need to do to get that moving?
Well, you and your boss, or you and your friends and your boss, like whoever. But basically, you guys would have to pay like a decent chunk of money. Gambling's not. I mean, we're not gonna make it. It's not technically illegal here. I guess we don't technically have laws currently because we've now officially seceded from the Northern Wind, I guess. So that's kind of like you guys' jurisdiction. You guys come up with the rules. So like you're just paying for like the land for us to like clear everything and build like a casino there. And yeah, so we would just need the money, and we would need to meet with King at some point.
All right. Well, we can make that happen.
Okay. Well, for now, you guys will have to pay an upfront fee. That upfront fee, and if you can't pay it right now, that's fine. You can just pay it whenever you get the chance. But the upfront fee would be roughly, probably like 1,000.
Sounds good. Well, I just blew all my money in the
I hand Lake
in the
300
last casino.
You handed like
to a
300.
brighter
you said?
future.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
Alright.
Thank you.
I
Thank
hand
you.
Lake the last 100 I have.
Okay.
Hey,
The 140,
Osei.
the last 140. There you go.
Hmm?
And then 40.
Yes.
Sorry to ask. I know this is weird, but do you have 30 chips I could borrow?
You can take all my money if you need it.
No, just 30. Just 30 chips.
You sure? I got
Yeah.
650.
No. We're just trying to gather enough to
Give him
Well-
130, Osei. He'll need at least 100. Wrong.
You know what? I'll give you 500. I think that sounds better.
please,
I
Osei.
don't really need it. I really don't need it, Sir Lake. It'll be better in
Osei,
your
my-
hands.
Yeah, Captain
No.
Lake.
Money is the root of all evil.
That's true, but you already
Not in
have
your
an
hands.
arm, Lake. You've been holding strong.
That's a good point.
Good point, Cross.
I reach out
So
my
here you go.
corrupted arm and I'm like, put her there.
Osei,
And then I hand
Osei
the-
gives you 500. He comes in contact with your nightmare arm. So, Osei, I'm gonna need you to roll endurance for me, bud.
Okay.
Sorry.
You're good.
Okay.
You're good. It's not that hard of a check, especially not for him because he can purify. But he does have nightmare calling from reading the book, which is if he gains corruption or cleanses corruption, he like can gain different types of nightmare powers potentially. So if he'd have rolled really bad there, he would have gained corruption from you and potentially like had that trigger. So yeah, he hands you the 500. It's perfectly fine. Nothing happens.
Yeah. I hand the 1,000 to the chief.
All right. That's good. We will go ahead and start getting people that are working on construction on other facilities around here to work over here and get that settled because realistically, this is more money for this job than what they're currently making getting the other one because our town is kind of poor because we just seceded from the northern one. So. But yeah, we can get that work done, and you guys will see that casino potentially done next session, potentially done the session after, it just depends. And yes, we can get that settled. Is that all you need?
That's it.
All right.
That's good. I think with Lake, to give them a little extra, I think we should market this new casino opening, make a grand opening. Get some money
You're
for
right.
the town.
You're right, Cross. Listen, and I just hand him the rest of the 500, the 470 left over that
Okay.
Osei gave me.
Whoa, that's extra. I appreciate it. That's
And I say, take 100 off, give it to whoever you need to give it to, keep it for yourself if you need it, and then use the rest to advertise the grand opening of this casino.
well, we can do that. Yeah.
Make
Yeah.
sure everyone knows that this is the King's Den.
For sure, we can. I mean, hell, with the new Sky train in place, we could send like we could relay like stuff back and have people like start advertising in the White Lotus Society for it even.
Yeah, advertise the new town, North Eden. You know.
Yeah, we can. Yeah, that's a great idea. Yeah, for sure. Wow. Yeah. Thanks. And
course.
he walks back behind his counter, puts the money up, takes some out. He's like putting to the side for like construction costs and stuff later on. And that is done. You guys spent more money, so it'll definitely be done next session also. And so yeah, you guys got everything done with that, and you can go rest, and tomorrow, and by tomorrow I mean next session, you will be meeting with Mary for figuring out what the hell to do. So
Sounds good. I
That
go to the
is-
highest peak. I start writing.
yeah, you do. If you, hey, you know what? Let's go ahead and do the damn thing for mental again. Go ahead and roll it. All right, now it don't happen. You as a matter of fact, are going to be down, literally just to be an asshole, one int, or not int, one mental.
I was like -0.5. Okay.
No,
Yeah,
you're
no
negative 0.5. Actually, that's really funny. I'll think about it. But yeah,
Okay.
you're gonna be down one mental for next session, which doesn't matter for you at all. But it's funny. It only matters if it's a lot of mental, because then that's scary. But yes. And with that, we are ending the session. It's done. You got the beginning of working on stuff in town. You guys went ahead and started construction on the church and the casino. You guys had Osei do a shit ton of clutch rolls for like knowledge checks. And yeah, you guys can go ahead and take your rest, except for Crosswise, who's not allowed. And yeah, you will gain 2 levels for that. Is there anything you guys want to say before we end the episode? The lore episode.
W's.
W is true.
Big
Exposition.
finale on Sunday.
Oh, yes.
Have a good one, everybody.
Huge finale for, let's go ahead and, yeah, for Bleach. The finale for Bleach is, in theory, probably, almost definitely, not guaranteed, being done on Sunday. And yeah, that'll be cool. Don't know if it'll be posted on Sunday or Monday, but yeah, Bleach finale soon. Goodbye.